Hello fellow brawlers, I'm KairosTime and it is time to brawl. Today we're going to be talking about the Brawl Talk that was just released, and also I'm going to give you some additional information that was not given over there. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay guys, before we go over this, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss out on any information, because I will be giving you as much Brawl Stars update information as I can the second that Supercell lets me do that. Also, if you're curious about the gameplay over there, it's just some old recorded stuff that I had, and I just wanted to get this information out to you as fast as I possibly could. So for today's video, we're going to be recapping what happened on Brawl Talk, the big update stuff that happened, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about my thoughts about it. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of the lack of endgame content that's being released at this point. Now, that's not a negative thing. Make sure you stick to the end of the video so you do not miss my thoughts on that. Okay, guys. First thing, stop the spin. I did that one release video. We got a whole bunch of people on board. They released a ton of content trying to get people to stop the spin, to really put an end to teaming in Showdown. And it's kind of unfortunate because when that happened, I was actually flying to Finland and I was like super busy and I did not have time to do like recap stuff and kind of go through the campaign like I was hoping to, but that's not really the point. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that teaming is still prevalent. Now, it is less prevalent in lower parts of the trophies, and I'm really happy about that, but it is still very prevalent, particularly at the higher level of trophy ranges, okay? And really, it is the only option at high trophy ranges. I've stopped playing my 500 plus brawlers in Showdown because there's just no way that me, as a non-teamer now, I gave up teaming. There's just no way for me to be able to even compete in that type of situation. So, like Ryan said, they don't want teaming to be the only option. It could be an option, but they want you to be able to play without having to team. So they are releasing these special twists that are coming to Showdown, okay? Now, they did talk about meteors dropping from the sky, and that is coming, guys. In Brawl Talk, it was kind of like, maybe this will happen, but it is confirmed coming to the game, and let me tell you guys, it is a ton of fun. While Lex and I were over in Finland, we were able to play around with these different special events and things like that, and this was so hilarious, okay? Now they could have changed things, they could have tweaked things, it might not be exactly how it was when I played it, but I will say it was super hilarious because basically you're running around, and if you do decide to team with somebody else, you know, you get close, then these meteors, these asteroids kind of like came down and rained down on you and dealt a ton of damage to you. Now, it wasn't just focusing on teamers. It seems like it was kind of like most of it was focusing on teamers, but there were still some random and then still some focusing on other areas and stuff. Areas of hot, lots of competition and stuff, and it was super hilarious because basically what happens is you get hit by that meteor, you're almost dead, and then that gives your opponent an opportunity to backstab you, get rid of you, or it just kind of like splits you guys up and forces you to go fight against other people and things. Will it get rid of teaming? No, it won't completely get rid of teaming, but it will make it less of an option, particularly because it does seem, or at least it did seem, to kind of target people that was teaming, which was super fun. Now, I can tell you as well that there are more twists that are coming to Showdown. I can't say which ones, but I can say that there are more. Now, in the Brawl Talk, they did talk about like this super power up that would kind of like come up and give you ultimate strength that you could basically take out anybody. And we did play around with that, and it is a ton of fun. I can't say whether or not that is coming to Showdown in this update, but I am curious to know what you guys think about it. Do you think that sounds fun to be added into Showdown, where you basically get this power up and then it gives you so much speed? I think it gave us like a ton of a faster reload, way more damage. I don't think that it increased our HP at all, but it was like a temporary amount of like extra superpower where you could basically take anybody out. Does that sound fun to you guys? Would you like that in Brawl Stars? Make sure you drop a comment and let me know what you think about that. Now, one other thing about these special twists is that they also have experimented with this in other game modes. So here's a couple questions that I have for you guys. Do you think that you want these active in all game modes at all times, or do you want it to be just kind of like some sort of a special event? To me, I think these special twists will be a lot of fun for some, you know, some additional content, but I also don't want them to kind of like distract from that really competitive nature and skill of Brawl Stars, is particularly like in tournaments and things like that. Like, I don't want these special events to happen, which are a little bit more luck and RNG. I want it to be skill. I want to see how people do things out. Personally, I do think that Showdown needs this. Now, Showdown is probably the least competitive game mode. I know a lot of people only play Showdown and stuff, but as far as like competition goes, it's the luck of the teamer. It's like if you team, you win. If you don't team, you don't. So I do think that it needs to be always enabled on Showdown, but as far as the other ones, I don't know that I want it to be always enabled. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section as well. Okay, the next big thing that we know is coming, and this is confirmed, is Supercell ID. I am so excited about this. Okay guys, this is my current Android account. Yeah, level 7. Haven't even unlocked Heist yet. I have not been playing on my Android device because I want to play on my main account. I want to play on my main account on my phone. I don't want to play on some new alt account and things like that. I already have an alt account on my iPad as well, so Supercell ID fixes all of this, okay? So if you don't know what Supercell ID is, here's basically what it is. Basically, you take all your devices and you securely log into all of your accounts on Supercell ID on all of those devices. Then you can easily switch between any of the accounts on any of your devices, and it's really fast and easy. That's right, guys. If you play on Android, now you can also play on Apple, and vice versa. It doesn't matter, and I'm so excited about this. Now, there is one question that I have. Is this a hint towards global, okay? Now, Supercell has never specifically said that they would only do Supercell ID if the game was going global, but I do view this as a pretty big preparation for a global release. Now, Supercell ID keeps track of all of your Supercell games. Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Boom Beach, even if you play Heyday and things like that, if you're one of those people. And that to me kind of sounds like a permanent feature. But I don't know, I'll talk a little bit more about global a little bit later on. One thing to know is that there will be no new brawlers and no new game modes. There will be, confirmed, one more new skin, and I can't tell you what it is, but I'm excited to let you guys find out. Okay guys, now let's talk overall just recap of this. Now, Brawl Stars let us know a couple weeks ago that this would not be a huge update. Now, I know that it has been a while since the last big update, but they've actually only been back from vacation for a couple of months now, and on top of that, it really sounds like their primary focus right now is working at least on a pipeline for a lot of new content to release once the game goes global. And I'm going to say once because I hope it's true. I hope they don't kill the game. Ryan did specifically say that they're working on a pipeline for new brawlers and a pipeline for new skins. Now, he didn't specifically say this, but I imagine that they would also be working on a pipeline for new maps and possibly even 1 or 2 new game modes. That is speculation on my part, but it does make sense. They want to try and release as much more end game content as they can once the game goes global. I mean, they can only go global once, and there are going to be a lot of people that will pick up the game, and if it's not to their liking, they'll just drop it and never play it ever again. They want to do everything they can to try and convert as many of those players into long-term players. And let's be honest, guys, a lot of hype has kind of died way down since the game was first announced and released. Now let's talk about the lack of endgame content being released right now. Now there are some new twists being added into Showdown, and I think that will be fun. Maybe even other game modes. That will definitely spice things up for a little bit and keep things kind of exciting and fun. I mean, it would be really awesome if we could do these special events in competitive tournaments. Like, I know that Lex and I would love to do some sort of fun video like that. But there is not really any reason for you to push your brawlers past 500 right now. Really, you end up just losing half of the trophies, which is kind of sad. Makes you feel a little depressed a bit. So it's actually kind of discouraging in a way, aside from the fact that the game is just a ton of fun to play. Now, for a lot of you guys, and for me included, that does kind of make things a little bit stale. But Supercell isn't going to put endgame issues on the back burner forever, okay guys? Assuming the game goes global, this will happen, and everyone at endgame knows about how amazing this game is and can think of countless great, fun ways to improve the end game that would just make the game a ton of fun. The primary focus right now is early game, mid game, so that when those new global players do jump on and start playing, that they will immediately fall in love with the game. We want this to be as amazing as possible. And you guys, as end game players, you do want a good source of new players continually flowing into the game, because eventually a lot of those will trickle in to competitive players, and you want more competition. I hear that from a lot of top players is, hey, I just want more competition. I want things to be more exciting and more difficult. I want to be challenged. And the only way that's going to happen is if we have more people coming into the game, which means that mid and early game has to be a primary focus right now. Now, as soon as that has been accomplished, you better believe that they will be adding lots of amazing features for endgame. We may even see some really sweet league type of system that will really get those that are extremely competitive really pushing and really playing and having a ton of fun. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you are most excited for in this update, and let me know what you think about it. Feel free to drop a constructive feedback in the comment section as well. Once again, guys, I will be going over the update information and releasing as much information as I possibly can as soon as I possibly can, guys. For now, this is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars.